Here we go. So we're going to graph this equation right here. So in order to graph, remember, we're going to go to the y equals screen. So we hit the y equals screen there. And we're going to clear out anything that's there. So if you have an equation of some sort there, clear it out, delete it, and we're going to type this in its spot. All right, so we are doing cosine of x plus 5 sine of x minus 0.1, x minus 1 squared plus 2. Lots of stuff there. Take it step by step. So here we go. Cosine x, close my parentheses, plus 5 sine x, here's your x button right here if you've forgotten, close my parentheses, minus 0.1 parentheses, x minus 1, close it, squared, plus 2. Whole lot of button pushing, but we want to get that whole equation in there. Once we've done that, we're going to hit the graph button. And it'll show us a graph. Your graph might be different than mine because your window might be set differently. Okay, mine right now is a standard window. It's a 10 by 10 window. Okay, if you want to get the standard window, you hit zoom 6, and zoom 6 puts it 10 by 10. Okay, the zoom button was right here in the middle. Here's zoom right here. There's zoom. Zoom 6 will get you the standard window. We don't want that. For our equation, it says we want from 0 to 8. So we're going to change our window so we can see only from 0 to 8. So I'm going to hit the window key right here. Window. And I'm changing the x values. So the x minimum, so I want to start at 0. And my x maximum, I want to go to 8. 0 to 8. If I hit graph again, it'll graph it. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're going to go through our steps. Number 1 says find the interior maximum points. So we talked about maximum points yesterday. What is a maximum point? A peak. We're thinking a peak of a mountain. Do I have peaks on this one? Show me with your fingers how many peaks am I going to find? They're holding up 2 fingers. 2, yes. Okay, there and there. Those are my 2 peaks. I need to find those x values because we're talking about where. So to do that, we're going to use second and then the calc menu. All right? So here's the second key, and this calc menu is going to be our best friend. Everything we're solving uses that right there. So with my graph open, I'm going to hit second calc, and it's going to give me that menu. Everything we're doing today is in that menu. We're going to find zeros. We're going to find mins and maxes. We're going to find intersection points. All of them are right there. So I'm going to find the maximum right now. So I'm going to scroll down to number 4, where you can just type the number 4, and it'll ask for the left bound. The left bound means where you want to move this cursor to the left side of your peak. Well, there's a peak right there, so I get to hit this button until I get to the left side of it. It's a lot of fun. It just has to be the left. Would you agree that right there it looks like it's about on the top? It's on the I don't want to be on the top. I want to be to the left of it. And it doesn't matter how close you are, so I'm going to hit it a lot of times to make sure I'm on the left side of it. Okay, I'm on the left side of it now. When you get to the left side, hit enter. And now it's going to ask for the right bound. So I'm going to move my cursor to the right side of that peak. So there's the peak. I'm going to hit it a bunch more times to get down the hill a little bit. And I'm going to hit enter again. And then it'll give you this guess screen. That's gibberish. It doesn't mean anything. Just hit enter again. And there is my maximum. It'll tell you where your max is. So I'm going to write down my x value. X is equal to. Never on a test or a quiz will I say round to this many decimal points. Because listen, right now, Every problem you will round to 3 decimal points. Every single one, and you need to round correctly or you will lose points. Round to 3 decimals every single time. So my answer is 1.359. Done. That is my x. Is that my only maximum? No, so now I'm going to find the second one. So I'm going to hit second calc. Go down to number 4 to find my maximum. I'm going to move my cursor to this one this time. So I can hit this button, but that's a lot of button pushes. So it also allows you to just type in a number. So like my window goes from 0 to 8. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would still be to the left of it. So I'm going to just type in the number 6. That way I don't have to move my cursor, and it just moved it for me. What would be a number I could plug in to be the right side of that cursor? 8, because my window ended at 8. So I'm just going to use 6 and 8. It saves me a lot of hitting the arrow. 8, enter. If you notice on top, it's giving me arrows. Because I used 8, it's a little bit off the screen. But my peak better be between those two things. So from 6 to 8, it says guess. Yeah, I don't really care about guess. I just want the answer. There it is. X equals, how many decimal points should we go here? Yeah, every time. 7.403. There is my maximums. Those are my 2 peaks on my graph. Make sense what we did there? Okay? It does say justify. Remember we talked about justification yesterday. What lets you know that your graph has a maximum? What has to occur? Increasing, decreasing. It has to go from going up to going down. But we need to say that mathematically correct. So we're going to say f of x, your graph, changes from what to what? Increasing from going up the hill to decreasing, where you got to go down the hill again. That's a peak. That's your justification. So to find minimum, second calc, down to number 3, minimum. Here's my minimum right here. That's my valley, so I'm going to move my cursor to the left side. If that's annoying, I'm going to type in 3, because I know 3 is over here. Yep, that's to the left. On the right side, I'm going to type in 6, because I know that's to the right. My answer's somewhere between 3 and 6. You can see those arrows on the top. My valley falls in between them. That's what I want to have happen. It says guess. I hit enter again. My x value is going to be equal to 4.659. To justify that it's a minimum, f of x has to change from decreasing to increasing. It has to go from going down to going up, stuck in the bottom of a valley. Questions there? Yes, ma'am. We're going to find the zeros next. So to find them, we're going back to the same menu. Second, calc. Number 2 is the zeros. So we're going to find the zeros on my graph. There's 2 of them. It's just like maxes and mins. We got to move our cursor to the left. I'm going to find this one first. So I'm going to move my cursor to the left of it. Again, I really hate pushing the buttons. So I'm going to use 2 because that's to the left. I'm going to use 4 because that's to the right of the bound. My arrows are up there. Yep, my root better fall in between those 2. My 0, it says guess. I don't really care. I hit enter. There is my 0 value. X is equal to 3.242. Find the other one.